guys, welcome back to Funny Softech. Now today we are going to understand about angular forms. Let's see now angular forms. So before going to understand about angular forms, do you know what is forms? Everyone know about, right? Forms in the sense is a collection of input fields like text boxes, select fields, radio buttons, something like this, right? Same way when we see angular forms, what is the difference between actual HTML forms and then angular forms? So in HTML forms we need to take care about everything, but angular itself provides some powerful tools to handle and manage the data or get the data from the user, right? It is used to something like use it to handle user inputs and gather data, and it provides powerful tools to build robust web apps, right? There are a lot of tools, there are few tools is providing angular so to maintain the forms, so that we can use those tools and we can handle the data and gather the data from the user. Okay, so inbuilt validations and this checks everything is available as part of these forms. Let's try. So as part of this angular forms, so angular forms can be classified into two types we have. So first one is template driven forms. The second one is reactive forms. So there are two types of forms we have. So template driven forms and reactive forms. So when do you go for template driven forms? So what is the advantage of template driven forms, and when do you go for reactive forms? What is the advantage for it? Okay, let's try to understand now. Let's see template first. Template driven forms. So if you want to create simple HTML forms and minimal validation, then you should go for template driven forms. Clear, right? If you want to create simple HTML forms with minimal validation, then we should go for template driven forms. By using template driven forms, it is like what we call as, it is simpler, and we can say it is mostly works with HTML templates, something like works with directly HTML templates. Template in the sense HTML file. Okay, so backend like component in the sense TypeScript. So we can everything. So mostly it's depending on HTML itself, and then it's rely on Angular directives. So there is a ng model directive, right? So we can use that directive and we can bind the data both front end and back end. We'll see, no problem. And then if you can see reactive forms, okay, let me try. So which is coming from, we need Angular forms module, like forms module. Okay, from Angular forms module we can use the directive, ng module directive, so that it will bind the data. So same way in reactive forms, how can we say? So if you want to create complex forms with like maximum validation or complex validation, whatever, maximum or complex, whatever validation, then you should go for reactive forms. It's like a complex forms and lot of input fields we have, and lot of like sub forms we have. Okay, in this case we can go for reactive forms. So if you can see here, it is more flexible when compared with template driven forms. So if you can see, reactive forms are more flexible. So template driven for works with HTML template, right? So this is strictly works with TypeScript component, TypeScript file. Okay, and we need something like mm, reactive forms module. We need to import it from reactive forms module, right? Yes, let's try to understand with an example so that you'll get some clear understanding of it. Okay, let's see. So I'm trying to create an Angular project. So go to your favorite directory and open command prompt here. Then I'm trying to create Angular. So ng new project name is forms example, for example, forms hyphen examples example. Okay, so hyphen no standalone. So since I am creating a web application, I don't want to create a standalone application, so we need to add hyphen no standalone. Let's click this. So it will take some time to create the project. So before that, it asking CSS, click yes, so that it's starting to create and download the packages. Yes, application is generated successfully, so that you can enter into it by using cd what is the application name, forms examples, right? And then click ng serve. Yes, so open this link in your favorite web browser. So I'm using Chrome. So this is the empty page. So open your project in your any like IDE. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. So I'm taking new window, right? I'm trying to import file and open folder, navigate into your project, Angular tutorial, and then forms example. Here it is. Yes, it's opened. Okay, so now I'm trying to remove existing code in app component.html file. I don't want to create any new components. I'm going to demonstrate in app component.html itself, right? So delete it. So as well as component.ts file also you can delete if any code is. Let's say this. Now I am trying to create. So center tag is deprecated, so don't use the center tag. So for demonstration I can try to show you. So I'm trying to create some sample form here, something like I'm going to take student form, right? Let's try form tag. Okay, so I created sample form with student ID as a label and student name as a label and two text boxes. So center tag is deprecated, you can remove if you want. So I'm taking div. So instead I can use styles. Okay, style text align is center. Yes, fine. Let's save this. Control S. Yes, this is our form. Okay, right. Now I need to make it as a template driven form. This is actual HTML form, right? So when I click submit, I need to execute a method inside this TypeScript like component file. So I'm taking do submit one method by taking form as a input. So I want to bind this form into our actual form. So how can I do that? First of all, we need to add a reference here at the rate something like student form is equals to, we have ng form directive. This is the directive. It recognize it is a like template driven form. Okay, like okay, it refers a form, angular form, so that we are using ng form, and then submit. So ng submit you can use, or submit you can use, and here I am going to call this method by passing our form as a reference. Control V. So see, now I'm trying to save this, and if you can see our command prompt, you can see ng form is no directive found with exports ng form. Okay, ng form is comes with angular form, so that we need to import forms module. So go to our app module.ts file, and under import section you can add forms modules, forms module, right? If you can save this and see, it is executing. Let's reload it. Yes. Okay, so now form is displaying. Yes, fine. So now fine, we need to bind these input text boxes to our backend, so that we are using two variables here. I'm trying to take two variables, student id colon string, I am initializing with empty values, student name colon string, I am initializing with empty value. So now I need to bind these variables to my text boxes. So what I can use? So I need to use two-way data binding, ng module, sorry, ng model is equals to our variables. Student id is one, same way ng model is equals to student name. So before going to understand later, so we have like for freshers and then experienced people, we have like lot of internship programs and trainings is going on, and then we have a community, WhatsApp community. So here we are posting lot of jobs and direct referral jobs. So I will provide you link as part of description, so that if anyone interested, you can join in our community, right? Yeah, let's see now. So if you want to more about the internship details and other training details, please let me know, let us know, so that we'll contact you and we'll update you the details, each and every details. Okay, let's see now. So whenever we are using this two-way data binding, we need to add name field as well. Name is equals to student id, same here, name is equals to student id. So it's done. So in UI is a templating site, so we are done. So we are using directives directly. So if you can see here, you can directly you can print our form console.log. So you can display form object if you want. Let's save this and try to check this now. Go to inspect, go to console, clear the console, type any data. If you can click submit, so our actual ng form will display here. So if you can expand this object, we have a lot of things here. If you can expand this form, here we have a controls. Inside the controls, our actual student id and then student name is present here, right? So let's try to take now how we can extract the data from the form, right? So let's see, console.log. If you want to extract uh, student ID from form object, you can use form dot, right, so form dot controls, and then since it is an array you have to pass actual like form. So I want to get student ID from here, student ID dot value, and then if you want to print student name as well, you can use student name. So this is the form. Let's see, save it and try now. So if you can submit here, so it is showing test connected properties of undefined reading value, student name. There is a mistake, let's try to figure it out. Student name, sorry, name will be student name here. Yeah, let's save this and try now. If we can submit here 11 and testing. So this is how we can access the data from UI to backend, so by using template driven forms. Okay, so now we'll see validation high level. So I don't want to provide deep dive into the validations here, so maybe I will try to create a new video for this validations. So let's try to have if we can try to display form whether it is a valid form or not. Let's see, console.log our form dot valid. You can see what it will show. Okay, I don't want to enter any values here, and if we can submit here, our form validation shows true. Okay, this is not correct, right? So that I'm trying to add validations, simple validations in template itself. So this field is required is equals to true, same as this is also I'm going to add true. Let's see now. Now form validation, if I click to submit, it is showing false. So based on the true and false, so we are validating our form. If it is true, then only we are going to transfer this data to API or backend, right? This is how the template driven forms is working. So let me try to show you the reactive forms now. So before going to understand reactive forms, we have few keywords as part of reactive forms. So you have to know about these words. So first one is something we have form group. Form group, this is group the entire form controls like our input fields. So second one is form control name. Form control name, this is the input field name. We can bind with the backend by using form control name property or attribute. Third one is form control. So we can create a form control dynamically in backend. Okay, so that we can use this form control. Then we have another one is fourth one is form builder. So this is the another way of creating the form reactive forms. So that first we will see these three things, then we can go for this form builder and we'll see. So let's try now. So I'm trying to copy, I'm trying to comment it here, and I'm creating new form. So I don't want to create everything, this reference and everything I don't want to create. So I need to bind do submit, but I don't want to pass any form here because a form is created by dynamic TypeScript now. So this is template driven is created in template HTML. Strictly it works with HTML, but our reactive forms strictly works with TypeScript. Let's see. And then I don't want these things, let me remove. Same thing here as well, I'm removing. So this is normal HTML form now, right? Let me go on here, remove these things. I don't want form here. And then these two variables also I'm going to remove now. Yes, let's try now reactive forms. So first one is form group. I want to make this entire form as a group, so that we have a directory. So form group is equals to, I can make student form. Student form is my entire form group. So if you can see, this is red line like error because of form group is not able to find here. So that we need to import one module. So that is called Reactive Forms module. Reactive Forms module, which is coming from again Angular/forms. Right, let's save this. If you can see here, now form group's red color line went away. Now student form, we need to create in TypeScript. Let's try to create form group now. Go to here, as a variable itself, instance area itself, I am creating this. So student form is equals to new form group, right? This is the form group. Here I am going to create form controls. So how many form controls we have? Student ID is one, student name. So two things I need to create here. So student ID is equals to, colon, new form control, comma, then student name, colon, new form control. So dynamically I have created two form controls with default values is empty. Okay, now we need to bind these two form controls to our Angular form. So let's see how can we bind. So in template forms we are using ng model. So here we are using form control name, form control name, student ID. Here as well form control name is equals to student name. Right, now go to TypeScript. So now we have a student form. So instead of this, we can access this student form, this dot student form. Same way I can use everywhere. Instead of form, so instead of form you can use this student form. Let's try to display now. That's it. This is the dynamic way of form creation. Okay, let's try to check. So if you can click submit, then you can get 11 testing and form validation is true. Okay, same way we can use it. So default values, right? So if you want to maintain some default values, so you can use it. So for example 100 is my default student ID, as well as student name is test. If you can save this, so whenever we provided the data as part of here, it is automatically showing like this as a default values, right? Then we will see about the validation part. So in template driven forms we are using HTML itself. Now we have comma dynamic validations we have. So we can use validators. There is a class which is coming from Angular forms, validators dot required. Same way here as well, validators dot required. If you can see, Control S and see now, if I click submit button, then our form validation will be false, since these two fields are required fields. If you can add something and if you can submit, then you can able to see true. Now form is valid. Okay, so this is about the one way of creating forms by using reactive forms. Now we'll see about form builder, right? So let's comment this. So this is the one way, but recommended way is form builder. If you can use form builder, that is the recommended way. So let's try. So I need, in that case we need to create object of form builder. So in that case we need constructor. So here private form builder reference form builder, which is also coming from Angular/forms. Right, form builder is created. Now after constructor I need to execute a module, I need to execute a method, or I need to by default execute a method. That's what I am going to create ng on init method. Okay, lifecycle hook. So here I am trying to take this form builder, so student form, same way I am trying to create here student form. Before that I need to add as part of the variable student form colon any. So now I need to initialize this dot student form is equals to this dot form builder dot group. Then same way, now no need to create form control like new form control objects here. So just take student id, our form control name, colon, so just angular brackets, student name colon brackets. So here you can pass default values as a first argument, and then validators, if you want you can add it as second argument. Record. Let's save this, and you can see now 100 something hello. So 100 hello and form validation is true. If we can remove any one of the field and click, so it is showing form validation is false, right? So this is about template driven forms and various types of reactive forms. So maybe next video we'll try to understand the validators. So how many validators we have, inbuilt validator, what is touched, what is something dirty. There are a lot of things we have, form dirty, form touched or something. So we need to explore more on it. So that's all for today. So I hope you understand the tutorial. So if you have any doubts regarding this, so you can post a comment, and if you want any project level requirement you have, so if you are struggle that requirement, you can comment it out here so that I will try to provide you the tutorial on it. So yes, that's all. So if you like this video, please like it, and for more videos please subscribe it. So thank you so much for watching. So we'll meet you on next session. Until then, bye bye.